Welcome to another B2 First ESL-lounge reading lesson video. Today we will be reading about parenting tricks that worked with new babies and 4 different accounts from young parents on the methods they used. Let's begin with some vocabulary. Colicky, a condition in which a baby cries a lot without an obvious cause. Compassionate, feeling or showing sympathy and concern for others. Consistency, the quality of always behaving or performing in a similar way. Contented, happy and satisfied. Gradual, taking place or progressing slowly or by degrees. Hesitant, unsure or slow in acting or speaking. Overwhelming, very great or very strong, difficult to deal with. Pediatric, relating to the branch of medicine dealing with children and their diseases. Reclaim, to get back something that you have lost or that has been taken away from you. Ritual, a series of actions that are always performed in the same way. Skeptical, not easily convinced, having doubts. Self-soothing, a person's ability to calm themselves down when they are stressed or upset. Great! Now you know the key words, let's read the texts. You are going to read 4 personal accounts from new parents. Read them carefully to understand each parent's method and experience. Afterwards, you will answer 10 questions to check your understanding of each account. Okay, let's start with text A. David, the sheer volume of conflicting advice you receive as a new parent is overwhelming, and everyone seems to have an opinion. For us, the key was to filter out the noise and implement a highly predictable routine for our son, Leo. From the very beginning, we established fixed times for feeding, naps, and his bedtime ritual. It felt quite rigid and unnatural at first, and some friends who favored a more go-with-the-flow approach told us we were being too controlling. However, the consistency seemed to give Leo a profound sense of security in what must be a very confusing new world. He quickly learned the daily rhythm and, as a result, was a remarkably calm and contented baby who rarely cried without a clear reason. It was not about forcing him into a schedule, but about providing a clear, dependable structure that ultimately benefited us all. End of text A. Let's continue. Maya, my daughter, Chloe, would only fall asleep if she was being held, which was lovely during the day but completely impractical at night. My mother-in-law, recalling old family wisdom, suggested using a white noise machine. I was deeply skeptical at first, assuming it was just another pointless gadget. The machine produces a constant, low, shushing sound designed to mimic the environment of the womb. The effect was instantaneous and almost magical. As soon as we switched it on, Chloe's crying would soften, and she would drift off to sleep in her cot. This breakthrough did not solve every problem, but it was a game-changer for naps and bedtime. Most importantly, it allowed me to reclaim small pockets of time for myself, which was absolutely vital for my own sanity during those exhausting early months. End of text B. Let's continue. Ben. We read all the books about sleep training, and most of them seemed unnecessarily harsh, promoting a cry-it-out method that felt wrong for us. We eventually settled on a parental presence approach, which felt like a compassionate compromise. Instead of leaving our daughter Lily to cry alone in a dark room, we would stay with her as she learned to fall asleep by herself. We would sit on a chair, not engaging with her or picking her up, but our calm presence let her know she was safe. Every few nights, we would move the chair slightly closer to the door, until we were eventually outside. It was a very gradual process that required a huge amount of patience and self-discipline from us. It allowed her to develop the crucial skill of self-soothing without feeling abandoned, which was our absolute priority. End of text C. Let's continue. Chloe. My son Sam was a very fussy and colicky baby who seemed to be in discomfort a lot of the time, especially in the evenings. A friend who is a pediatric nurse suggested we try baby massage. I was quite hesitant initially, as I had no idea what I was doing and was worried I might do it wrong. I found a certified instructor online and took a short course to learn the proper, safe techniques. Every evening after his bath, I would spend 15 minutes gently massaging his legs and tummy with a special oil. It became a wonderful, quiet bonding ritual for us both. It not only seemed to help with his digestion and relieve his discomfort, but it was also a way for me to feel like I was actively doing something positive to help him. That feeling of being capable was incredibly important for my confidence as a new mother. Okay, time for a few questions to check your understanding. Question 1. Which parent had concerns about their ability to perform the technique correctly? Pause the video now to think about your answer. The correct answer is D, Chloe. The text says she was hesitant initially and was worried I might do it wrong. Question 2. Which parent mentions that their chosen method was a lengthy undertaking rather than an instant fix? Pause the video now to think about your answer. The correct answer is C, Ben. The text describes it as a very gradual process that required a huge amount of patience. Question 3. Which parent chose their method because it aligned with their personal values? Pause the video now to think about your answer. The correct answer is C, Ben. The text explains that other methods seemed unnecessarily harsh and felt wrong for us, showing their choice was based on their values. Question 4. Which parent mentions a device that recreates specific characteristics from before birth? Pause the video now to think about your answer. The correct answer is B, Maya. The text says the sound is designed to mimic the environment of the womb. Question 5. Which parent emphasizes the importance of a predictable daily structure? Pause the video now to think about your answer. The correct answer is A, David. The text says the key was to implement a highly predictable routine. Question 6. Which parent mentions that their approach was criticized by other people? Pause the video now to think about your answer. The correct answer is A, David. The text says, some friends who favored a more go-with-the-flow approach told us we were being too controlling. Question 7. Which parent describes a process of slowly reducing their involvement? Pause the video now to think about your answer. The correct answer is C, Ben. The text explains this process. Every few nights, we would move the chair slightly closer to the door, which is an example of reducing involvement. Question 8. Which parent sought professional training to learn their method? Pause the video now to think about your answer. The correct answer is D, Chloe. The text says she found a certified instructor online and took a short course. Question 9. Which parent highlights how their method provided them with much-needed personal time? Pause the video now to think about your answer. The correct answer is B, Maya. The text says it allowed her to reclaim small pockets of time for myself. Question 10. Which parent describes their baby as being generally happy and easy to manage as a result of their method? Pause the video now to think about your answer. The correct answer is A, David. The text says that as a result, his son was a remarkably calm and contented baby. Let's quickly summarize the lesson. On this screen, you can review the main points of the text and the key vocabulary. Finally, here are a few discussion questions. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching this esl-lounge video. Don't forget to subscribe for more lessons, and we'll see you in the next one.